The Orpheum Theater in Los Angeles hosts the Waylon Guitar Show with Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp. A scenario like Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp playing guitars on stage together is most definitely not from a movie. For a few years now, the renowned actor and musician has been debating going on tour with the blues, rock, and fusion guitarist. The rocking duo just released an album of primarily cover songs called 18, with Depp singing on most of the tunes. They became friends through a mutual love of guitars and vintage cars. The two are touring in support of the recently released songs as well as Beck's extensive discography, and on November 6, 2022, they made a stop at the Orpheum Theater in Los Angeles. Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, once with the Yardbirds in 1992 and once as a solo artist in 2009, Beck, 78, is an 8-time Grammy Award winner. Since the 1970s, the majority of his solo work has been instrumental, but he has occasionally worked with vocalists. Depp, 59, is a well-known actor who has played the guitar and sang countless times in movies throughout the years. In 2012, he joined forces with friends Joe Perry and Alice Cooper to establish the Hollywood Vampires, a rock band. As a result, the famous ensemble only performed occasionally and made 2 albums. Before the event began, the Orpheum Theater audience was humming with anticipation, but it turned out they would have to wait until Depp took the stage. It was not at all disappointed to witness Jeff Beck's band perform numerous songs from his extensive instrumental back catalog without Johnny Depp because Beck is regarded as one of the most technically skilled guitarists of all time, and he still has the ability to astound an audience. Rhonda Smith, the bassist, kept the low end tight and filled the space with her thunderous beats. Annika Nils, a drummer, had a crisp, powerful sound mix that highlighted her proficiency on the skins. With her bowing, cellist Vanessa Freeburn-Smith provided a sophisticated and inviting presence that was a welcome contrast to Beck's gentle electric violin-sounding solos. Robert Stevenson contributed to the band's sound by playing a variety of keyboard instruments. Highlights and fan favorites from Beck's earlier work were the show opener Freeway Jam, which included psychedelic riffs from the guitarist and keyboardist. Those components appeared again in Star Cycle. In their respective solo performances of You Know by the Mahavishnu Orchestra, Rhonda Smith and Annika Nils stole the show. Smith had remarkable slapping and finger-picking skills, and Nils displayed her quick but subtle drumming skills. Beck sang Caroline, No, an instrumental cover of the Beach Boys' Caroline, No, one of the brand new songs from album 18, which contrasted nicely with his performance of Stevie Wonder's Cause We Ended as Lovers. Beck played his Fender Strat in a slow, melancholy manner while heavily distorted, using the wah-wah pedal and vibrato bar to create artistic effects. The band started playing 18's instrumental cover of Link Wray and his Raymond's Rumble as Beck, who has never been chatty on stage, went to the microphone and said, "It's so complicated, I got a little help." Depp eventually emerged from the wings and joined the party with his Fender Telecaster after waiting for nearly an hour. As several spectators stood up and shouted out Depp's name, the energy in the room dramatically grew. After the little song concluded, Depp changed to an acoustic 12-string guitar and performed one of the songs he wrote for the movie 18, titled, "This Song is Dedicated to Hedy Lamarr." The moody, appealing song had a haunting Beck solo, while Depp's vocals were enhanced by Robert Stevenson and channeled via an echo effect. On the song Time from Dennis Wilson's excellent solo album Pacific Ocean Blue, Depp's voice limitations were made clear. Without any vocal enhancements, he performed the slow ballad, which stretched his voice range. Despite his intense performance, the song was only redeemed by Beck's astonishing solo, which began subtly and culminated in a scorching conclusion. Depp turned things around with a great rendition of Venus in Furs by the Velvet Underground. The song was a powerful rocker with another distorted, shrill Beck solo and muffled vocals from Depp. Lou Reed, who performed on the original song, was reminded of the uncanny vocals. For the predetermined song's finale, Depp fled the stage. A Day in the Life by the Beatles was performed by Beck in a specially tailored arrangement that began subtly before transforming into a trippy, electrifying showcase for the band. They returned for a second set sans Depp this time. Before launching into an explosive cover of Jimi Hendrix's Little Wing, Beck played a fast, quiet song that was almost acoustically similar to the original before informing the audience that it was my rendition of an old song. The Killing Joke's The Death and Resurrection show cover by Depp and Beck had a fascinating eerie, punk flair, and Depp's rhythm guitar playing worked well as a counterpoint to Beck's scorching lead. The Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Jeff Beck will go down in history as one of the finest guitarists of all time, and his current musical endeavors with Johnny Depp have made his guitar legacy known to a whole new audience of listeners.